bring in retired NYPD officer and resident fellow at R Street Institute, Jillian Snider. Jillian, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This is the deadliest mass shooting the city has seen in, I think, a quarter century, I believe. 4 people dead, including an off-duty officer. Your initial thoughts on what happened? Do we even guess at what led to this?
At this point, it's a little early to speculate, obviously. There's been discussion about a note that was found on the perpetrator and blaming, CTE and apparently blaming NFL, apparently from what we're hearing. Again, law enforcement's going to work in conjunction with federal agents. The FBI has already offered their fullest support. So now it's going to be about piecing together what he was doing before. Where did he get the weapon? When did he head this way? I know there's reports already that they've tracked him through Colorado, Nebraska, and New Jersey, but now it's going to be really digging deep into his personal history, his family, his friends, anyone that he spoke with, to try and really understand the motivation behind this.
And now there are a couple of things, reports that he had mental health issues, and also that he had a concealed carry permit for Nevada. I thought are there not restrictions when it comes to that, when it comes to mental health and having weapons?
Every state in the United States varies in terms of the way in which they do their concealed carry permits or their firearm licenses. I'm not as familiar with the state of Nevada, but I do know that the weapon that the perpetrator possessed is illegal in the city of New York.
And we've had reports it was an M4, which is the military version of the AR-15, correct?
Correct. It's a very deadly weapon. Obviously, when I watched that video and saw the perpetrator walking toward the building, first of all, that's one of the busiest places in Manhattan, 52nd, 53rd Street and Park Avenue. And for this person to drive up, double park a car and walk out of it and walk into a building armed like that, I can't believe it happened. And thankfully, it does not happen often.
And if it was an M4, is there anywhere that is legal in the U.S. for a civilian to possess?
No, again, we have varying laws across the country, and the United States is unique in that right. New York City is one of the strictest. New York State has its own laws, and then the city has even stricter laws. So what I can tell you is that weapon in the city of New York is completely illegal.
And now with the police officer who was on duty there as security, sadly was shot and killed, it must be difficult to be that first response because usually these things come with no warnings.
Yeah, the officer was doing paid detail. So paid detail is a program that the NYPD has done for many years where an officer can work off duty, but they are working as a police officer. So a lot of times big buildings, banks, places that would need extra security will work with the department to try and contract officers in their off-duty time, and then they're compensated. They are effectively operating as New York City police officers, but they are being paid privately through a firm, but again, in conjunction with the city. So this officer was doing paid detail at that building. I used to do paid detail when I was a police officer. It was a way to make extra money to support the family, and it's just such a tragedy. But one of the most important things to consider in this is that officer, he laid his life on the line. He was serving and protecting.
Okay, Jillian, thank you very much for your insight. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
Jillian Snider is a retired NYPD officer.